But a shot, Astralis close it out on Mirage. We kind of painted a picture of a rather bleak and miserable game of Counter-Strike. G2 looking shattered, like Shox' wrist. Indeed, he's going to be getting that sorted out, and therefore just filling in.
It's rather cruel, Alex, from
It's
me.
not actually shattered.
Why are you being mean to Shox?
I'm not mean to
just
Shox.
got
I'm
kicked
very
from his team.
He got benched. He has to undertake surgery. He doesn't know how long it's going to take for him to recover.
Now you're picking on him.
Now you're picking on him. You're such a bully. Why are you bullying me?
Why are you
Everyone
like this?
see.
Everyone wants to say it.
Yeah, but the thing is, this could have actually been a lot closer. G2 losing both pistols, you know, here, and it was still a 16-12 game, and it was a very messy game. I mean, you know, high-paced, fast-paced Counter-Strike. It is what you would expect, but what you wouldn't expect is that in a game like this, Zipex is the main man for Astralis.
It's very unusual to see him at the top of the scoreboard there, especially with the likes Device, Dupree, Magicboy all on the team. Even Glave's had a lot of impact on this map in big matches for them recently. I remember, was it against SK, the clutch he had where he flanked mid? All those kind of plays, but Zimnix is the B anchor, right? Obviously, he normally doesn't get too much action going on, but in this kind of game, Yanko was bang on, a messy game. We know GT love the force by. Positive thing for Shox at the moment. Maybe he wasn't too worried. Exactly. Top of the scoreboard, maybe he wasn't too worried about this wrist. The mouse wrist. That's one, yeah. Maybe he wasn't too worried about that and going into this matchup. Just wanted to frag out. The rest of the team, body, yeah. That's about all you can say.
Yeah. You can say about body every game.
Oh. 17 frags. All right, Yanko telling me off. NBK and Apex 17. We had 14 from Kenny and 12 from body.
You see this, Alex? Shox had he had a total of 21 kills. You see that his rifle kills aren't even half the amount of frags he had, or maybe just over half the amount of frags he had. Yeah, so there's so many pistol kills coming out, you know, those forced by the lovely, he also loves that MP9, so that's just the frag distribution.
Look at Zipnik's ADR as well. That is a real juicy number. That's well over double that of bodies, and he was doing all on his own. 30 frags from Zipnik's, really just hammering it home for Astralis. And if you hadn't had a performance like that, it would have been a whole lot closer. I mean, he was really digging Astralis out of some ditches at various intervals throughout that one, and this is where I kind of feel like our post-match reaches a bit of a wall, just because there isn't. You're not going to be drawing any conclusions, at least not for G2. You can't draw conclusions from Astralis, or in terms of progress.
I think you can. I think they have not disappointed with this lineup, at least so far. You know, when you look at some of their results, you know, in Katowice, when you look at their performance throughout Pro League, yes, maybe a couple of missteps here and there. I think they lost 2-0 to Heroic earlier in the league, actually very early on, but they also beat FaZe 2-0. I think one was in overtime. So, you know, I think it's that they can be satisfied with their performance, considering Magic has been a recent addition.
What do you think about that? This is something it just popped into my head. I was thinking this whole Magic thing. I don't mind him being one of the lesser frags on the team if that means Device and Dupree are going to be. No, we didn't say that in this game. But if Device and Dupree are going to be the star combo of the team and the hard hitters putting up the numbers with the AWP and obviously the aggression, the entry frag up, the more explosive player of Dupree, those two guys doing it consistently, that's a more exciting Astralis for me than when they had Kirby in the mix, because it felt like they had too many people who had to hit certain things within their roles, right? Yeah. This way, if these guys can just be the star duo, Zipnik's clutches a 1v3 every now and again, Glaive makes some good calls, you know, has some good strats, and Magicboy, once in a blue moon, can, I don't know, go super aggressive or have a really good round, then he's doing his job. I would be happy if that was the balance for Astralis, because that's how I think they'll probably be the most successful. Yeah,
I mean, Zipnix is always such an interesting character as well when you start listing out roles, because no one's comfortable putting him just in the support player box, as in we acknowledge he's, you know, one of the best at that role. He's incredibly strong when it comes to bringing everything his team needs outside of the fragging department, but he's also, as we see here, more than capable of doing what Snappy did earlier on, which is just, you know, when it's all loosey-goosey, he can still hit his headshots.
I think the thing is with Zipex, he's not going to be the star player of the team, you know. They're not going to actively try and put him in a position to succeed, other than not making him go in first or second so that he can be alive for the clutches, right? So, you know, it's not as some of the other star players, especially on that CT side, T side, he has to take a step back. He has to be the one doing the dirty work in some of those rounds, so that guys like Device, like Dupree, can be set up properly, and Magic to an extent. Yeah,
Magic, of course, a star in his own right, has managed to fit quite nicely into Astralis. We venture into Inferno next, and I'm just desperately hoping if I can remind myself of Inferno results recently, we did see them recently just play it just before this series, actually, in a different game versus Virtus Pro on Inferno. It was a 16-8, so nothing you can really learn too much about that one.
Maybe just some specifics about Astralis more so, because we know G2 are just going to be throwing everything and hoping it sticks, right? But the thing with Astralis is on their CT side anyway, they love to do like a bit of a three-man banana play on the CT side. It is Glaive and Magic's Boy normally towards the B side, if I remember correctly, and then they like to swing Device over there with the AWP as well. Now, the cool thing is, if you're G2 and you can get rolling with some aggression and find the gaps and the timings for that, and maybe go A when they have the three-man towards B, then you can get ahead of their gambles, right? And you can force them into making more gambles and having that's the kind of thing that you'd be hoping for an explosive G2 to be able to take advantage of. Not going to happen.
I'm not seeing any conviction in your face as you do this.
Because you kind of would need a game plan to be able to take advantage of that and know their rotations and stuff. And as far as I'm aware, they probably don't not care enough because they want the wins, but they're not going to look into it that way. And G2 have always been a little bit stubborn in their approach, right?
And I just want to make it absolutely clear, by the way, we're not writing them off by any stretch of the imagination. G2, as an organization, Ocelot's definitely sent them a message saying, guys, as much as there is things changing, this is still very important. This is a $1 million final. We need to get there. This is a very important league for us. We have to, if anything, just hold our spot, and therefore every game does matter. And I'm sure that's going to be the mindset they have coming into this. Then again, your opponent is Astralis, and Astralis are drilled. The casters are drilled and ready to go. Last game of the evening. Sorry about that one.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
really
good. I like your comment there about making it the finals and stuff. It's not looking good for them right now. In terms of the results, the fact they're going to be losing Shocks, having this mishmash of players coming in, it doesn't look like they'll be making the playoffs in this particular league. We've
seen crazier kind of runs to. I mean, we're in week 3 now, and I have to do that devil's advocate. Don't look at me like that. That's my job. But it's been done before. I mean, you have seen teams.
Still early days. Well, you come in on that, right now.
Yeah, you come in on that like 6th, 7th spot.
Were one of the teams as well who were last during one part of the Pro League, or who just like had those issues, and they actually finished winning out the season.
That's right. Yeah.
So I mean, they have been one of those ridiculous.
But not 3. But the thing is, they've been trying to stack as many games as they can into these opening weeks just to try and get their points on the board, which hasn't really worked out. That strategy has not paid off. But here we go, the final map of the EU division. We have NA coming up next, of course. Don't miss out for that. You're going to hear the dulcet tones of Jason Moses O'Toole, and that's always a lot of fun.
He has left me.
I know. It's surprising how this has gone down.
He's betrayed me for another. I'm not sure how I feel yet. I'm still going through the motions.
The creamy couple are no more.
I know.
The dulcet tones of Jason Moses.
So many things, Henry. So many things. We're different people these days. And speaking of different people and different things, Astralis already going to put Glaive all the way down banana, happy for a fight, maybe preparing themselves for what G2 are about to do. And they will play that explosive CS, maybe a little bit more aggressive than expected, but Shox expects the unexpected. He catches Glaive as soon as he tries to get there, and look at this. The wraparound coming in. Device now watching out for as they pour towards Library.
Absolutely do. Apex should be able to find a couple more here. It's going to be a little scrappy once again in this pistol round. Not clear who's going to run away with it. Bomb not planted. Zipex ready and waiting. They suspected, though. They're going to fall back and transition back towards the A bomb site here. 1 minute remaining. They do not have to rush. There is no sense of urgency right now. Just great shot there. He's going to capitalize and swing in his teammate as well. Dupree, easy shots, little gallery there for him as he plucks them out of the air, and it will be the bomb down, not planted. But remember, we saw this on Mirage as well. They could take a full eco here, but they didn't get an amazing amount of kills, so maybe they was forced by here. Time will tell. But here's Dupree, like we said, baited in by Major's Boy. He got that first kill. Pretty easy round, all things considered in the end. It looks like exactly the same again. So full eco once more, just a P250. A couple of those, they'll still get Galils in the next round, I believe, anyway.
Yeah, we do have 2 rifles against them this time. Last round was only 1, and the SMGs were out in force. However, that's to be seen. This should be all she wrote for this round.
On Mirage, it's a little bit different because the UMP is actually very viable on the CT side of this map. You just hold those real tight cubby holes, angles and crossfires and stuff. Wait for them to really commit before you have to face. It's one of the maps where CTs won't usually go for opening kills, right? Those hold right back. So SMG is certainly more viable than they are on Mirage, but yes, still going to be tested up against this Galils next round. Looks like a clean sweep should be coming in from the Astralis boys here. MBK and Apex ready and waiting to offer themselves up. Clean round, and we will see the Galils, maybe a couple of AKs, depending on who got the kills in the pistol. But here's the play from Zipex, just getting them through the smoke, it seems. And there it is.
Second one. Yep. Not bad at all. Let's see what the money was like. I am curious because it was quite low. They barely got any kills. So 2 kills to start throughout the first 2 rounds.
See,
so again,
that's what I said before. So the fact that MBK got those 3 kills, they got an extra $900.
Yes.
That's why he had an AK before. This is what it usually does look like for them. It's still viable, absolutely, but lose this round, then they're really limiting themselves going forward. We'll see. It means that their first gun round, which what should be the gun round, will be looking quite disastrous.
Well, they have the smokes. Now they just need to use them. And the B stack is still into play for Astralis. They're trying to peel off from it, but they did support Zipnix down towards Banana. But while this happened, G2 are taking over top mid. They have mid control and they're going fast. They're not slowing down for a second. That flash will hinder them, or at least some of them, but they don't expect Device. They didn't consider someone could be at library. They're just carrying it forward. Device didn't even see him there. They caught a glimpse for a second, but Glaive instantly powers through. And that's 2 big kills. 3 alive as well for Astralis here. Excellent play from them.
Yeah, nice line, no cigar there, I'm afraid, G2. Gave it a good go. Smokes down, but they just didn't consider the library to be an option whatsoever. Just running past it blindly. Had to be a Molotov in there. A flashbang would do, but Device probably couldn't believe his luck. Got one running past, and then the second through the smoke. Very interesting. And it will be, like I said, this should be the first gun round now for G2. It's a high-risk maneuver, and if it doesn't pay off, it does look a little bit questionable here, as the Deagles will have to come out. Glock for MBK. So he doesn't buy anything here, and the rifles start to go to town. One of the picked up Galil's be in the hands of Magus there. And almost guaranteed the 4-0, but the Deagle of Body does ring true, at least at the start of the round, and Zipix do whatever he can just to steal that weapon away. Might want to chuck one over the fence, but he's kind of fluffing his lines a little bit there. Did he throw away? Oh, it's a FAMAS. I thought he threw away the M4, so that's okay. And he wanted to maybe throw it out on the little ledge there, kind of get it out of their reach, but good flashbangs coming in. Not going to be capitalizing just yet, making this round comfortable. Still a danger of losing it while Shoxy and his Deagle are out. He'll be right by the half wall right now. Oh my goodness, this is not clean at all, is it? Now they're going to try and take Zipex. If they get him cleanly, this round could fall apart.
Now Zipex is holding his ground, and exceptionally so, he makes up for a shocking round before then. It was really that kind of awkward moment. No one felt settled. The timing was horrible. The flashes slowed down the T side, but there were moments there where that was, you know, touch and go. But great recovery from him in the end to put the foot down, get the 3 kills, and control the round. Now, 4-0 up, we do see finally the good purchase coming out from G2, but, you know, you look at Astralis, they're in a really nice position now.
Certainly are. 4-0, and when you're already a map up as well, it's not too bad at all. Kenny S for the orb, though, but lackluster in recent times, especially in that last map as well. Didn't really do anything of note. You haven't seen any crazy clutches from him or those impressive close range bayonet style orb kills at all. We haven't really seen much of that from him. But still, damage inflicted, decent damage to the CTs there. Grenades landing, Glaive and Magus taking them to the face, both down to 46. And for now, apartment control successful. Banana not so much. We're going to have Zipex there by himself, patrolling it with the flashbangs. Smoke deployed. Now that's a double-edged sword. You're going to keep them up for a certain amount of time, but if they do come back and commit, that's when you have a bit of a problem. But no problem on this side, as Device will find one. He puts a bit more here as well. Does he get the third? Gave it a good go, but couldn't quite pull the trigger in time. 3 versus 3. Bomb still on Kenny S's back. But look, he's got no armor as well, just to point that out. If he has to plant, that's going to be troublesome. Zipex, such a good anchor for this team. Good positioning as well. That's good for just 1 kill, drop off, depending on which angle they come in. If they come very close to the wall by the bomb side there, they'll have a real easy way in, and he probably doesn't get a single frag. You can see him watching towards CT spawn as well. They do check the initial boost. Do they check the second box?
That's the question on his mind. Shocks about to get played in on this. Smoke goes up, the kill comes in, and no one's there to really pressure him either. Time for the smoke to go up. This is excellent. Again, this man is such a class act when it comes to these plays, buying copious amounts of time. Does get tagged, but still, they can't plant just yet. They can't do anything. Molotov will force him out, but the reinforcements are en route. He's still alive. The bomb is towards Ruin. That's with Kenny S still, but with 10 seconds remaining.
Still going?
This is perfect from Zipex. He's actually got away from the site. The bomb plant does finally come through. The spray doesn't stop it. But look at all the reinforcements. You've got Magisk here, you've got Dupree here. It's gone from something almost impossible to perfect. Kenny S, you're going to have to roll back the years at this point if you want to pull something off like this.
Well, he's got 29 HP. Make it 0. Magus takes him down. Great play there by Zipex. That's textbook Counter-Strike. He gets 1 kill, right? No one really will be too excited about that. But the way he plays it and buys so much time for the rotations, denies that plant for what, 15 seconds? It goes down, sure, but the round's over. As soon as he stays alive for that amount of time, they're floundering. They have no idea what they can do to even take him down. Rotations come in, and somehow Zipex even survives that encounter. I'm sure the bomb gets down. They will be able to buy here. We would have been able to with the maximum loss benefit regardless. So well played, Zipex, anchoring like a boss as usual. 5-0 comes in, round number 6, and no all for Kenny. And they have got a buy, but Shoxy almost no utility. 5 AK-47s will have to try and find the first on the board here.
Yeah, thoroughly impressed with that. Love to watch it. It's watching someone, you know, in their element and proving it. Now, Device going to catch Apex kind of in the heels. They're a little bit, does get a kill. Surprised that wasn't a tag, but still, job done for him. Great beginning. G2 looking a little flat at the moment.
He has the audacity to face T-Steps knowing that their economy is low right now. They just relying on the loss bonus. They're not getting that AWP out. He knows he has a bit more space to look towards T-Steps. Once he's established there on the quad side especially, he's patrolling middle and the T-Steps. Anyone rotating from Banana, pick that first frag up, 5 on 4. Now you can fall right back. They can play a really passive setup at this point. No one has to play middle at all. Glaive will stay in the garbage area, hoping to maybe just find a trade. That's absolutely fine. Maybe get a couple of kills here. But overall, they can rotate a player back. Device might actually tag out Zipex at Banana and get himself set up at the barrels himself. Shoxy, though. This is all a ruse. He wants to go in there and try and find a pick and maybe find them an entry. He has managed to push past the corner. Device has no idea. So if he gets baited into a shot here, Shoxy will strike straight away. Misses it. Here's Shoxy, surely. Doesn't go for it. Surprising. That was his opportunity. There's no point even having that position unless he was going to strike there and then. But Zipex once more set up. Only gets one, but Device still alive. He'll take one down through the smoke there, and so will Glaive. Bomb down, 25 seconds, and MBK certainly clutching a straw to even gets a plant. That'll be a miracle in its own right.
Yeah, disjointed from G2, but Astralis are tearing off limb by limb. They're playing it so well on these sites. You can't get away with that scrappy brawl style CS anymore. You've got to have that coordination, that cohesion. MBK, not going to go down without a fight, though. 7 seconds. He needs to do something more. Tries to get guns away. Tries to do something. It's not going to happen. 3 alive for Astralis and another on the board. They're playing a far greater brand of CS currently.
They certainly are. 6-0. This is looking clinical from Astralis. Inferno, not looking too exciting. 1 and 6 for Shoxy. 2 and 6 MBK. Same story for Apex and indeed Kenny. No one fragging at all on the G2 side, and the economy just wrecked even further. Back to the pistols here. This won't be a force buy. I'd assume this is just a partial with a loss bonus. No bomb planted, and aggressive we go as Dupree looks to get that big spray down towards Banana. They are going to be rushing. Zippers will give him the call. He'll come in for the strike now. Glaive needs to find a couple here, and here comes Dupree. Smoked out, though. He won't actually be able to shut this down as quickly as I thought. They will get a couple of rifles here, G2, but they have been tagged up. Damage inflicted, and all 3 players for the CTs coming in from the Banana area. Bomb to be planted, and this is actually looking quite realistic now. MBK can be flashed over. They have got it. Flash is successful. Is that a straight up wallbang? I think it was.
It kind of looks like it. I don't know if it was maybe a boost, because you see how high the shot is.
Yeah.
But he still got it through the wall.
Yeah.
That's pretty unreal. But anyway, Apex and Kenny do still have rifles. They were able to upgrade to those, but they haven't been great on those. Stick with the CZs, maybe, and there it is.
Wow.
Magis just cleans up sight, pushes them away. And it can be the defuse coming through Astralis. A bit of an awkward retake, all up Banana, not having full information, still making it count.
Just hitting the shots, they certainly do count. We've lost a
See
player.
that shot. Can we see that again from Device? I don't know if we can.
We'll find out. So we are missing a player now, a key one. Shoxy has been dropped from the server, so we'll take a technical pause here just to work out what's going on. Maybe he's got to relaunch the game, reboot the PC, maybe he's got some FPS issues, a headset problem, TeamSpeak. Those are normally the common problem of playing online CS. The problem is with online CS, you have 10 extra variables. Everyone's connections and PCs, right? Anything can go wrong, even in 2018, believe it or not. It's a lot more consistent than it used to be. Do you remember back in the CSGO, like in 2013, where DDoS was a thing? Every single game was a DDoS.
It was honestly the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, that was an absolute nightmare. So at least
I'm
we don't
so
have that
glad
anymore.
skin betting is just gone
This
now.
is gone now, it's not even a thing.
I'm sorry, but that was just no good.
Well, it will be the technical time. If you're just joining us, where have you been? This is the final map of the evening. We're going to have Astralis up 7-0. And they kicked things off in Mirage. It was quite a competitive affair. G2 came back. It was 16-11 in favor of Astralis. And looks like we're right back into the action. Not too much tinkering required, as Shoxy will be back on the server. And indeed with the AK-47 in hand. I thought they might go for a double AWP. I was going to cry they got that on the T side, but not going to be the case, and it looks like a fast B play here. Full house files, flash B, hope for the best, and Device does get flash tanks. He smokes all around him, looking for the wallbang shots again. Nade's coming towards his position though, and he'll pay for those challenges as he goes down to 15 HP.
Seeing a double AWP. Glaive's out. He's got one.
Okay, so we discussed this earlier. You would assume it'd be Dupree, if anyone.
Yeah.
Glaive did AWP in Source, I can tell you that. I remember those. He was just a wee lad then, but from my memory of him playing Source, he did AWP. So maybe he's got some of that pedigree remaining.
Maybe. That's a bit of a revelation. They're both towards the B site as well. Interesting. We'll see how that goes. And on the other side of things, G2 kind of, slow things down. They've done a little bit of initial damage. No one's really looking for information from Astralis. They're not going hunting. the bomb's not really committed either anywhere for G2 as well. So at this point, we're seeing Glaive head right back towards CTR, which this could be, again, a ruse. There's no full commitment. They've played body up towards the top of middle, but that's about it here.
Well, here we go. One of the few advantages G2 have had so far, and in terms of significance, it's only HP so far. 40 seconds. They have got banana control. Body. He'll be trying to go for the backstabs here. 35 seconds remaining, up to Device to try and find at least one kill with this low HP. They're spamming his position. He spots one, can't find the shot though. Zipex set up. They are going to be running through smoke, remember. This is so disjointed from G2. They can't commit. Bomb down, and Zipex spraying them all down. 3 kills come through, looking for the 4th. And they're making G2 look very, very average right now. Can't even get through the initial smoke, let alone the bomb site.
Perfection from Zipex. This guy is having a whale of time. You couple that moment with what we saw earlier. Just pure composure under pressure. This guy is something else. You can see it's disjointed from G2, but he exploits it and then some.
Through the smoke. Look, all the kills is rack up there. He can't believe his luck. G2, they are looking desperate now. Round number 9, and they're going to have AKs and a Galil. That is about it. They have to just keep riding that loss bonus to this point. Shoxy takes a nade to the face. And for now, Device knows he can keep peeking those T-steps, but luckily the flashbang hits him in the face. Kenny S looking to one pop in with the Galil there, not going to happen. Shoxy will at least get one, but it's quickly falling apart straight away once again. That's at the banana bomb site. And there's Apex has to make challenges here, but you can see this is looking like a pug, essentially. Running in one by one, trying to make trades happen by yourself, and it is not hitting the shots right now. 4 versus 2, 9-0 almost guaranteed. Last map of the evening might not be too exciting, but Body at least finds a lifeline. Make it a couple of them. 2-on-2 now. Surely this could be it. Body's on 22 HP, but he's certainly created space.
Yeah, first real opportunity they've been able to carve away at, so maybe this could be what they need to springboard back into this game, but it looks like these guys are feeling it, and look at this confidence. He just goes piling in, gets the information, but MBK gets the tag. The Molotov comes back out. That's going to hinder the plant and put MBK back on notice.
Absolutely. Buys Device some time while that smoke is down, and now he's lost track of Device. Where has he gone? Default plant, just to bait out Device. He's not taking it at all, though, is he? This will be the commitment now. Device edges out, looking for the pick, and knows he's got a chance. Spots him, misses the shot, and now it's looking very good for MBK. This is his round to lose. Flashbang, not that impactful. Hoping to find Device. Good play from MBK. Finds him their first round, but that was not looking good. Remember, that was like a 4-on-2 situation. Body finds those 2 openers. I'm sure that's what we'll look at. It's actually Device trying to find the shot, flashed up, did spot him, and it's like a game of peekaboo at this point, isn't it? Device can't get it done. MBK takes him down. It's nice to see it from his POV as well, just to see how challenging that was. No way he's going to hit that first shot.
Yeah, no, Device has been having a good game too. You start to feel maybe that was going to be his, but yeah, great play from Body to find the room finally to get these sites going. But I mean, that felt like those individual moments that can create opportunity. They haven't had much of this, Ken. He's just going straight up middle. Madness, but also brilliance if that had connected properly. Again, you can see the buy is very, very far from perfect for G2. Still got a UMP up. A Glil, they're still very diligent with it. Shock's going to find Dupree to begin with, and a quick hit comes towards A. 2 players still remain here for Astralis, but it's certainly not going to be easy, but that is going to make it a lot easier. Taking down Magic School, light in the load, and there goes Device.
Here we go. G2 starting to come to life here. Looks like a clean sweep. I think they've realized we've got 5 great aimers here. One is to stick as a 5-man unit, choose an area, get up there, and show no fear. The tactics, the defaults aren't working for us right now. We're obviously a little bit disjointed with all the drama that's gone on this past week. 8-2, that won't break the bank just yet, I don't think. It's getting there. This will be their final buy. They'll have a little bit of residual cash on each player, but pretty much all in on the Astralis side. 8-2, G2 start to establish himself on Inferno. Number 11, another very quick half here. As the UMP comes out for Glaive. Remember, though, it is viable on Inferno, even in a gun round. Not as strong as it used to be. With the nerf coming in, this took off some of the range. In terms of the potential, it was a bit ridiculous. For 1250, you could buy a rifle, essentially. As Kenny S is looking confident again, but he's standing in flames right now. How long will he wait? Not long enough to go down. 42 HP, but nades coming in still. Oh, that lands right in the middle of all 3 of them. Triple nades and utility deployed all over the shop. And it will be Kenny S down to 4 HP. Shoxy surely doesn't go any further than this, as they've done a ton of damage. They might not be aware of it, but it's going to be Kenny S open things up. Takes down Device, who has been trying to exploit that position time and time again.
Yeah, the damage is certainly done. G2 are they're walking wounded at this point, and I'm wondering how much Astralis know of this. It's limited amounts they've been able to gather from it, but I mean, Body and MBK gonna have to be the big heavy hitters, and that's great from Body. Taking down Magisk is huge. Trade back in comes out from Dupree, but by now Astralis know this is probably gonna be that A hit, so you can see Glaive adjusting round. Dupree snaps towards MBK, and Glaive's there. This is a great bit of coordination between the two.
Well, Glaive did hit that shot, believe it or not, and now it's 2 versus 2. Kenny S takes him down, and this is looking good for G2 still. They know exactly what Dupree is, and the final shot comes in. It could have gone either way. One bullet separated the two, and Kenny S comes out on top. He was on 4 HP for the entirety of all the frags he found, 3 of them in total, and he manages to dodge death and get G2 right back in this map. 3K per player. I don't think they'll force this one. They can still buy in the next round with the $900. So GT, though, at least making this competitive and starting to arrive now. 3 rounds in a row. Lots of 1v1s again, though.
Pretty much. It's not like it feels repeatable. It feels like this is kind of like the one and dones, but they're so individually talented, you can kind of build it back in, right?
Sure.
But at the moment, of course, Astralis going to have to yield. They're going to have to back off a touch. Take that Deagle, take the CZ, take the P250, and try and find a way to utilize them. Get guns away, make it costly. And hell, if you can stop a round happening, that's perfect, but unlikely. But Xyp9x has been very, very good so far. Gets a bit of information. You can see that passed on towards Glaive, and great synergy between these two.
Wow, well, it's the USPs lighting up Apex. He's just left the server. He's rage quit. He's like, you know what, I'm out. And he'll just be dropped out. Yeah, there we go. Poor swing in the CTs. A decent attempt, but it's given Shoxy a bit of room to breathe. As Glaive will fall back, obviously no weapons picked up here. This will be the final commitment. Xyp9x not spotted. You can see his little head above the fountain there. That was quite nice. But looks like he should be taken down here. Shoxy surely get a double kill. He does some significant damage there to 2 of them. But still, a 4 versus 3 shouldn't be too troublesome for G2 at this point, as Kenny S gets one of the final frags there to Dupree and Device remaining. Round number 12 will be going in G2's favour.
Yeah, sadly, not much special about these positions remaining for Astralis. Can't really chip away at G2. Bomb will be planted. As much as shots. It was actually NBK who got dinked then, I'm pretty sure. Device still making it annoying for them, but all players should be very much alive and well at the end of this one. Device going to try and do anything not to be the case. So the scoreline looks a little recovered. It doesn't look as bad as maybe the story tells and how the rounds have been if you've watched them the whole way through.
Sure. It still could be 11-4, though, as Astralis bring out the weaponry once again. They have been the better team so far. They have dictated the game, but that one individual moment of brilliance, like you said, Body coming to the apartment has saved almost everything here. G2 are on the board. They're looking at least competitive now. Timeout, tactical, just a note from Astralis. They've got 3 of those remaining. Get 30 seconds to discuss. In online CS, it's a little bit more lenient, of course. You can't really control every single factor of the coach being able to talk throughout. That's not really the case. It's just like it will try and keep it as consistent as we can to land play in terms of the ruling, so it's easier to follow. So everyone gets 4 pauses per map, and gives them a chance to calm down and work out what they're going to buy, perhaps the coach to work out what kind of money they'll be up against going to the next round. He has a bit more time to kind of jot that down. He has more tools available to him online. But and obviously he's on the server as well. You don't get that at LAN play. He gets to see everything in detail with all the money available to him. If I was a coach, I'd be there with a notepad, tracking the money, working out what they've got, doing the loss bonus stuff. I think that's the most beneficial thing you can do, is working out what money they've got right now. They're going to force buy, just kind of bringing that information. That'd be something cool you could do.
The mathematician.
Yeah, just kind of just working that one out. Like as an in-game leader back in the day, you just have to kind of guess. So, well, the loss bonus of this right now, they probably could buy. I'm not sure. They did save that gun. It's a bit of a nightmare to keep it all in your head. So that'd be a really cool asset to have online.
And something that's been working has been this playthrough apps. We've seen Body be very successful going through their pressuring towards A. Now we'll be seeing them kind of go in numbers. It's an increase in players. Magisk maybe feeling this out, getting an idea. They have presence on Banana. It's Dupree and Magisk to put their foot down. It's not happening this time for G2. They tried something more coordinated, and it's not worked.
The thing is that, well, they've sent a large number to the apartments. It looks more coordinated, but it's more the same, really. They're just unfortunately finding a smoke blocking them in the apartment. So, well, we've got no backup plan, so what do we do? Should we just run through one by one? And it seems like that was the play. You can see, the thing is when you come through, like, even though they can see, they don't get vision ready to get to that actual balcony ledge. They can actually see what's going on. They're coming out of a grey screen for the first second or so. They're so discombobulated coming out of there. They're like, well, everyone's dying. I've got no information. Everyone's dying in grey screens. They can't give you a clean call. And you can see how that transcends into madness. As Dupree looks to get aggressive here. He's going to find Kenny S in the pits, but they know it. Kenny S completely wrecked, but still a trade comes in. That's not too bad. But Device still keeping the dream alive here. He'll find another, and surely that one as well. Great shots by him. 13 HP, doesn't want to fall back. Apparently not. He's more than happy to fight here. 4 versus 2. Body has saved these rounds before. Device needs to be careful. If he goes down, he's the only player on that side of the map. No real reason for him to be there. He can be sprayed down for that smoke. I think he's risking a lot, but body, he'll be risking even more. 3 versus 1, and he'll be at the bottom of middle. Device will find him momentarily. Oh my goodness. Sometimes they're the hardest one, Lauren. They can be the absolute hardest.
What is this game?
Oh my goodness gracious me. We won't talk about that one.
No?
No, we'll just leave that.
Can someone make a frag move of that with some like Linkin Park or something? Just make it real edgy for us.
Yeah, can we get the horns in there as well?
Oh yeah.
Face
Sorry, what
horns.
was it again?
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do now. Thank you for
There we
clarifying.
go. Just do this in case. Put a dubstep track on the back.
For the fans.
Yeah. CZs, Deagles, AKs, Galils, or we like to call the full buy. And it will be a chance for G2 to find. I did say earlier, Lauren, that it still could be 11-4. And it looks like that could be the case. But you never know.
Yes.
All it takes is one disastrous push. And Kenny S uses CZ. Oof, my God. He almost got the jumping kill there. And it could all come together. 10-5 still on the cards as Device Molotov buys himself some space. Means he can challenge a little bit more. Pre-fires the corner, maybe a little bit too soon. Bunny hops safely out of position. Flashbang in. It's a desperate last attempt here from G2. They haven't really got a lot to work with. But CT's playing more passively, ascertaining that the pistols are out. Glaive picking up the first kill. Device to knock another one down, and Dupree, even if he gets dropped, his teammates should be able to pick up the pieces. No trade coming in. This could still go wrong, absolutely so. That's CZ up close and personal, doing a ton of damage, but so is Magisk. Don't shoot your teammates. 3 versus 1 MBK just with Galil here. Be lucky to even plant. The money, not even a factor. He's not trying to take an extra $800 to the next round. It's the final round. Can't plant for now. Knows he needs to find at least another kill. He won't get it. 11-4 at half. Astralis looking dominant there. And I have to say, G2 maybe a little bit lucky to get those rounds on the board. That was a 4-on-2 they managed to win to get them in the game. And that was pretty much an eco as well. They had like a couple of AKs and pistols. But overall, Astralis dictating the pace of the game. Had loads of money throughout. I only had to eco once, I believe. And 11-4, that kind of says it already. There's no hidden storylines there. They were the better team. So these rounds kind of picture it all, right? You can say like they're going through 1 by 1. The one in the apartments as well was just a bit of a mess overall. Shocks 6-13, Apex 5-14.
Yeah, it's not been a pretty picture, has it?
No.
A bit of a shocker overall for G2. And yeah, we've seen the individual power of Zipnix coming to the forefront. He's been outstanding.
Great. Yeah, stellar play.
And it's always nice to see. He's one of those players that is always okay. I don't think I've ever been able to say that Zipnix has been on one of those like bad, runs for a little while. He's never been completely quiet, but you can't expect the guy to clutch every single round. It's like saying, well, Apex doesn't get an entry every single round. It's completely understandable. That's fine. But he's had a really good game to live up to his character. You know what I mean? Like he's the guy who's known for these clutches, and he does that well. He's also a great anchor on solo bomb sites, and he played that so perfectly. So it's good to see him having good form. And Astralis finding a bit of footing here as well.
Yeah, he definitely lived up to the anchor terminology there. The fact he's holding B by himself in 1v3s, not finding the kills, like we said, it's buying time, securing the round. Nothing highlight material there. He's not going to be any frag movies anytime soon, but what he's doing is winning rounds for his team. And that's the best kind of teammate you want. Someone who's just got that humility just to go for the safe plays instead of the flashy one-taps and going for that crazy stuff. He just has to do what he wants and make sure he wins the rounds for his team. And halftime comes in. We do have 2 minutes available to the teams that want it.
Yeah, I think Dupree's just taking a second or two.
Okay.
So he's the player who will be making the slow down a touch, but it shouldn't be for much longer, as you said. There's a little bit of a window of opportunity for them to take a second. But yeah, overall, it's good seeing Astralis playing a good game, but I think we're seeing a very skewed perspective because G2 just simply aren't quite where they are.
It's the full lineup, but obviously things are in disarray right now. Like, Shox is just not performing at all. And obviously he's just been removed, banned, whatever you want to call it, from the lineup. Whether that's down to his surgery or as a bigger picture thing going on there, I think that's definitely a question mark around the team right now. It's the fact Smiths has stepped down as coach at the very same time.
It does sound like there's something going on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all speculation. I'll put that out there. I have no information. I've not even heard a rumor. To me, that's what it looks like. If they're both stepping down, like, it makes sense. They might be doing something else. I don't know.
Well, the communication was all very confusing, wasn't it? Initially, it was like, oh, it's a temporary thing, but is it? And then, there was a bit of clarification that came through. But I think it'll be interesting once we get the players to do like an interview at an event, for example. I think that's where you get some fun things.
I just can't see in a world where Mixwell's the permanent fifth of this team.
It doesn't mentally just...
No, look, if he was like one of the sickest players in the world, sure, I'll be like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. We'll make it work. But like, he's decent, don't get me wrong, but he's like, is it worth bringing in a player of another nationality into a team just for the sake of that? I'm not sure. But again, just to reiterate before I get the tweets coming in. This is just all my opinion and speculation. I'm just saying
Henry
what I
G,
think.
always negative.
Yes, exactly.
Mocking
Right?
players.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to make sure everything I say, I'm paid to give my opinion. It's none of this is fact.
Did you
So-
just give like a get out?
Exactly. I'm covering all my bases.
When did you become this guy? Where
I
is
dunno.
the alpha Henry G gone?
He comes out of events.
Every now and then.
The
Okay.
events will come out. Like right now, I just can't deal with the stress. I'd rather live a happy lifestyle.
Well, let's see if MBK can keep a happy lifestyle as 5 players are about to take over his bomb site. He
that's
has
not
managed to back off from this, stay alive, stay
Yeah.
off the walls, but they have full site
Calm
control
down.
and the plant.
With 10 players alive is not good news for the CTs, but a kill from Kenny S is. So maybe they still have legs in this one. MBK has got the kit. They've got to find Glaive. They find him cleanly. They've got a real chance here, which they will. Swarming the bomb site. And they'll come in together. 5 versus 3. Still a strong chance for Astralis, maybe not for long. Dupree will have to find all the headshots here. He'll get one, but I think that's probably going to be it. Full defuse coming in, and G2 back in this game. Big pistol for them. Bomb down. Well, Astralis force buy, I would say definitely not in the second round. You can do that, but you just get the AKs out in the third round. G2 have been known to go full SMG in the second, but luckily Apex picked us the M4. Will he be joined by anyone else? Let's have a look. Yes, indeed. Body will come out, and so they're preparing for the AKs in the third. That is good news. No MP7s or MP9s here.
You happy?
Oh,
with that?
okay. Shoxy's gone for the auto shotgun. That's actually your favorite weapon, isn't it? I don't think many people know that.
I can't believe you remembered.
I just wanted to make sure, like, I don't forget about you. So this is whenever I play with you, always got the auto shotgun. That's why.
Well, we do play quite a lot as well.
So there we
Chad's
go.
a big fan. He doesn't let on, but he's also quite the fan.
He calls it the alligator because if you look there on the left,
It's
there's
got
a
it's got a
little
look
face.
to it.
Yeah.
It's got a face. And, well, the alligator's hungry and it gets fed. Can it find another, though, Dupree? See, it's perfect.
It's the
See,
perfect
this
weapon.
this is it, right? Henry, I'm one of those people who, really change up how people approach the game.
Sure.
I was the first to the Tech 9. People often don't give me credit for it.
What do you think about MBK and the Krieg?
Big fan.
Yeah,
Big
like that?
fan. Yeah, love it. Love to see it. I actually do like seeing it.
He didn't use it at all tonight, which is weird.
There's time yet.
There's
Maybe.
no, there's not really. He's on the CT
No.
side now. Maybe he's
he
held up the
wouldn't use it.
Krieg.
He doesn't-
It was a crazy month. What a ride it was. He got a total of 5 kills every round he bought it. But I
I'm a
enjoyed the
big
ride.
fan. I think, but I think you need this in CS, right? People at the very start of CS:GO
I don't mind. I do agree. Old seriousness.
they completely ignored the UMPs and the
Sure.
SMGs for years. They ignored how OP the pistols were because it was like it's simply mindset over
Yeah, I agree.
practicality. So why not try it out?
Yep, sure.
If it costs you a big game, stop it.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it looks like it's even to like make. He's got it out now. We've had a laugh. We've all enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. But you are costing us an extra $300 per round, and it's not bringing any more kills than we'd usually get. So I think it's probably been put to bed now. But I agree with the pistols and the SMGs. Sure, let's explore that. A part of Counter-Strike that's never existed is the SMGs, really. We only had the MP5 in prevalence and 1.6 in source, and like the Scout was never really used in those games at all, ever.
Yeah.
It was just the AWP. That was it. So that's kind of cool to see those guns come into the forefront. B-Execution from Astralis. 1 smoke towards coffins, 1 in CT spawn. The auto shotgun won't be on this side of the map, but the M4s will. Apex and MBK to hold them at bay, but the flashbangs are spot on. But so are the shots from this M4. Apex will take out 1. Is enough to hold them all off. It looks like it might be. They're panicking somewhat here, and G2 are coming to life. And the rotations will come through. Astralis don't even have a bomb here. Nothing they can do. Dupree will get a consolation frag, but that's all he'll find. He does have the bomb, and he's out of
He's
there.
got 2 kills. He's got 25 seconds.
But look who's waiting for him. In the depths of the swamp. It's the alligator.
Are we getting Henry G play-by-play?
Yeah, this could
Take
be
it over, please.
Well, he comes in swimming forward, smelling his prey, and he will be taken down. That could actually throw the round. I'm not sure why he's done that. He runs around the corner with the auto shotgun. It won't
Just
work out for
betrayal.
him. That is straight up betrayal. Wait for your teammate. Sure, it's 3 versus 1. You do not need to close this round out now. But either way, he will give Dupree an opportunity here. Kenny S and MBK very low. I don't think they had a smoke for the bomb. Kenny S with the AK. They will be full defusing here, remember, and MBK's off him. All of a sudden, it becomes very chaotic, and they will both be looking pinned towards his position. MBK goes to the defuse, and they will be able to get the full defuse coming in. It was a little bit exciting there. If Dupree kills one of those players, it's all done. The ace was coming in, but he keeps them modest. He keeps them wary of his presence as we get into round number 4 here. Money going to be tight for the CTs, but can Astralis even justify another purchase? I don't think so.
Something like answering your own questions.
I like
Just
doing
straight
that.
in.
I just want to make sure it's clear I know all the answers.
Oh, okay.
It's a rhetoric, so I just kind of put it out there.
But is it rhetorical if you're answering it yourself?
Well, I just like to make sure everyone knows I'm correct. You know,
Makes
I know
sense.
what I'm talking about.
Makes sense.
That's what I just want to kind of send home.
Yeah, love it. This boost is becoming a bit of a thing. We saw this in the game just earlier in battlecasting. It's a weird one. I don't mind it. I can see the theory. I can see the idea behind it. But right now, this is a problem. Device is found too. Now, Shox waits on the other side of that smoke. He's going to find at least the information that they're not there. But Magisk coming around. What is going on in this round? It's a bit of a shambles, really.
Well, still a fighting chance here. G2, 2-on-2. Could go either way. Remember, they've got armor on the T side as well, so this partial buy not really a problem. Zipex, this is, though, taken down. Executing the back of the head, and Shoxy good position to watch the apartments there. Good round from G2. They're right back in this. 11-4.5, and now they're 4-0 up. As we head into the next round, his Device getting it done. That's CZ. Of course he is. Run and gun. That's the way we like it. Taking down the M4s.
Is
you
it?
hate to see it. But
That's the way we like
Yeah.
it. I lied.
but it is a bit rough to watch at points. The fact you're running and gunning and doing more damage per bullet than the M4s, it's just like,
Seems good.
yeah. We'll leave that in the game.
Look,
Leave that in.
I play a bit of PUBG, I play a bit of Call of Duty, I play a bit
Yeah.
of Quake. I love a bit of run and gun.
Yeah,
Hank,
got to give
you
it a
know?
go. The thing is, like, I criticize it so much. I'm awful with CZ. I can't use it for love nor money. So, even though
You're just a purist. You'll hinder
I buy
yourself.
it in the game. I was like, here we go. Let's try and replicate that running gun. I just do nothing. I don't even hit the body. I get nothing done. So, I'm still true to the 5-7. I won't lie. And Kenny S, he's still true to the game. Gets the AWP out, finds Zipex at the very start. And Spotty will join him with a kill as well. They might still have a chance on Inferno. I thought this was open shut case, but they're at least proving me wrong for now. Single AWP setup. Their calling card was the double AWP setup on the CD side for so long. Apex needs to be careful here. No real reason to challenge that as heavily as he did. And now the 3 versus 3 begins. Actually give the advantage back to Astralis here. The retake has to come through CT. Spawning Device, ready and waiting in the ruin. Smokes himself out, locks Kenny out of the bomb site. And the AWP on this retake is going to be an absolute nightmare. He's got utility and a desperate wallbang comes in. Are they just saving? They are. And it will be 12-8, quick as that. It was Apex. After getting the 5-on-3, you think, well, that's round done.
Yeah.
His teammate goes in and then he challenges openly from the coffins. He could have delayed and just like thrown some utility or just peeked and just tried to slow them down, wait for his teammates and retake together, but he went down with nothing. And that's one of the biggest faux pas you can bring to the table on the B-bomb site. If you go down with absolutely nothing, let them in. It's one of the most difficult retakes in the game on the B-bomb site. Body though, he'll find 1 kill, but there it is, another one for Astralis. And Body will save the AWP. In fact, it was Kenny S, I beg your pardon. Body finds the AK. So here's Glaive getting the shot. Let's see how good the shot was. So this was the
Caught
first
him
kill.
in between. MBK was jumping while that happened.
So yeah, you can see there's no real setup there. There's no synergy. What are they really hoping to achieve? Like one facing from first oranges dying, and the second one is facing from coffins. Like one player just takes them both down quite easily. Doesn't really have to adjust his aim too much.
No, kind of mistakes being made by G2, and that's opened the window of opportunity, and we are seeing the double AWP out for G2.
Yeah, so this is where they were godlike in Inferno for so long. When this iteration of it came out and this team was first formed, they really defined how the map could be played with this double AWP setup, and for the longest time, no one could touch them on it. In the group stages, at least, I'll say that. It was a star ladder I first noticed. I was with Shox. Was like, well, this looks like one of the most OP things I've ever seen in CS. The fact you guys don't seem to lose a round when you get the double AWP setup. After a matter of time, though, as things develop, as the meta goes on, people know how to shut things down, and all of a sudden becomes a hindrance. But not for now, as Shoxy will get at least one. Magisk will answer back, so will Kenny. And back and forth we go. The bomb is down, and no real map control obtained by Astralis here. They have got Dupree towards the end of the apartments here. Smoke will go down. He'll try and see what's available to him. Hopefully Kenny has to walk into his crosshair. He will, but he's a little bit too fast for him and rips his head off and should actually reset Astralis. It's not like this is possible for them now.
Yeah, you've painted the perfect picture here, really, haven't you? It's been the double AWP show. We've seen
Yep.
great things between Kenny and Shox there. 3 kills combined, of course, leaving just Zipnix and Magisk. Towards B we go. Mistakes were made by MBK. He got kind of caught in the middle of transition before, but he seems a little bit more sturdy this time. He does have Apex coming around, sprays in, catches a little bit. Zipnix is down to 6 HP. That's a problem. But the bomb will be planted and that won't be stopped. Magisk now alive in the 1v4. It's unlikely, and it's now impossible.
Well, there we have it. Astralis, after posting their first round, do lose the subsequent one. So it will be 12-9. It's collecting anything they can on the floor, salvaging weapons there, and getting all the utility as well, finding anything they can off the corpses. Bomb will be defused, absolutely so, and in terms of the Astralis cash, we'll have to look at it. It might be like a buy available, but maybe not one that's worthwhile. Yeah, exactly that. You can see 6K on Magisk, almost 4 on it, Zipex, but they can't really justify the force here. I think with the round advantage they have, oh my goodness, they're going all in. All right, well, forget all that.
What? This is very un-Astralis-like.
Yeah, they don't have to do this. With the money Magisk had, he certainly could have been dropping a couple of AKs next round and they'd have been fine. But they've gone all in against the double orbs. This has to be a set piece. You cannot run a default with this kind of weaponry. They have to drop the grenades, make the AWPs redundant, and then try and see what's possible from there. But we're getting deep in this half now, but shots, okay. Will be a 1-for-1 trade. Normally, if you're going to have someone top and middle, you have to have a player in the boiler room to stop that very play. Even just someone at the end of the apartments just to listen out for footsteps. But Shoxy taking down, you can see some holes in their setup right now. That should be a guaranteed kill, though. That's absolutely fine. Glaive has to run through the flames blind as well, I believe. And the smoke comes in, and that should be...
No one's at B.
No one is at B.
MBK rotated, so...
The thing is, Astralis won't know that, so there's not like it's going to be too detrimental. Well, maybe it will there.
They are going to slow down. The smoke will at least slow them for a second or two, but I mean...
There we go.
There was a world where if they don't stop and just risked it to a degree and just hope that there was one player there taking a fight, they get in for free. But MBK does get back to spot. The flashes are good as well. That's going to make it a little bit trickier for Device, who's a little ahead of where MBK expected. The 2v3 begins. The plant can come out. I don't think anyone's going to challenge that just yet. And with Dupree alive, you can see Apex instantly wants to find it, but Dupree wants to put on a show. He got the orb taken away from him, and now he wants to show maybe that was a mistake. But Kenny on the other side, you cannot go against this man
he's
lightly.
moving as well. They don't know he's actually gone away from the new boxes here. They're going to throw everything they've got, including the kitchen sink. They have got kits, but now no utility, and Device coming behind them. This is looking perfect. Recovered as Dupree is not missing a beat right now, buying as much time as he can. He knows Device is ready and waiting in CD spawn. He doesn't have the challenges at all. Kenny S can't do anything about it, and Astralis run away with it. 4 versus 2. All of a sudden, Dupree and Device, the double D combo, come to town, and now a very interesting position. G2 with 2 players hovering around $1,500. Shoxy not much more. They will force buy into this one, but one of the players going for the AWP, meaning he can't drop anything. So 1 in 4, 3 pistols. Body's got a silenced USP.
God.
Okay, CZ on the floor. I was about to say that was gone horribly wrong, but he does get a CZ. And now pressure firmly on their side of the server. But you can see Astralis not exactly comfortable. Zipex, CZ, Magisk, Mac 10. He has got 5 players without helmets in front of him, and Apex isn't messing around whatsoever. What is that? How has he managed to find 2 kills? And Kenny S brings them right back into the forefront. Okay, 5 on 2.
Baffled, absolutely baffled how that can happen. Apex got spotted out by one of the 2 players who are watching that banana push, but I kind of give it over to Apex. Sure, he's a great shot. There's no taking that away from the guy, but to get away with 2 kills from that sort of spot, unbelievable. And now you're down to Zipnix and Magisk now. Dupree, I'll give him some credit on the orb. There was some time there. I'm not sure if Zipnix is quite that player yet. Hey, I've doubted him before and he's proved me wrong, but I don't see a 2v5 happening out of this one. 3 players very close by on Banana. The flash comes in. Shox gets a freebie and he might get the follow-up too. Zipnix hits the shot, turns around.
Not known to be an AWPer, but he's getting it done right now. This could be disastrous! Almost Guardian-esque 1 versus 5 coming in there, Lauren. I saw glimmers of it. I was ready to go into 5th gear and casting. I was ready for that. But
we all were, Henry. Yeah. We were ready to hear that hype. But
that
I mean, we've gone from Astralis, who has 1 AWPer. We have you got your Device. He's a good one. To okay, you got Dupree. Oh, there's a possibility of Glaive. Now Zipnix is in. Why not?
He's put his application in. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'd take some time on that. You've got to watch it back, give it a fair breakdown.
They force one into this as well. This is. There's no love lost between these 2 teams whatsoever. They're going to be trying to force their opponents to break as we enter round number 9. GT definitely in this one, as they'll be up against CZ's 1 AK and a P250. No one wants to give in and take that full eco. Smokes towards the pit right now. That'll be thrown courtesy of Glaive, just in front of the pillar. Kenny S, ready and waiting. So good at this angle usually. Can he find the form today? He'll have to fall back with the smoke going in. 4 players committing up the body to find frags here, but he's completely smoked out. But that's a CD smoke just to block their entrance towards the site. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Dupree. The only rifle finds first contact. Body coming to life in the pit. Should be... Oh, okay. He gets both the frags. I thought this would go back and forth, but it will be quite the clean sweep in the end. That's the force by contained. 13-11. Surely a full eco now for Astralis. Indeed, it will be 2K per player. Still, G2 keep the dream alive here, Body. After smoking them out, the stays calm in the pit. NES got wrecked at the start there, but well recovered by Apex as he rotates in.
Yeah, it's a fun one, this. And I've got to say, Astralis look like I wouldn't say tilted, but they're playing against a team that I know that they find very frustrating as a style.
Absolutely.
They don't like the French CS style. They feel it's unreadable. It's very wild to play against. And you can see a little bit more of, the frustrated play coming out from Astralis. It echoes in with the force buys every now and then that you wouldn't know them necessarily to go towards. They are still in the lead, of course. They do have rounds to put up, but we are seeing G2 really putting up quite the play at the moment. So, I mean, you don't allow too much to happen. Zipnix somehow does make it through towards the A site.
Hello.
And actually does get a kill from it.
Well, there we go. He'll get a P2000. That's lovely.
Nice. That's a good pickup.
Ooh, maybe another kill takes him down to just 4 HP. So, yes, not really much gathered there, but still G2 one step closer now. Round number 11 of the second half. AK's back out. Apex, please upgrade that MP9. Not like this. He's not going to do it. Okay,
He's not
well,
doing that, is he?
I would say at this point, you can't really afford to lose another round. Maybe just upgrade that one, but he'll keep it and try and keep the money strong. Obviously, that's absolutely fine. I did say Inferno lends itself to these sort of weapons. He gets a bit of a run boost there as well. Gets to the front of the pack. He'll just be sitting in the sandbags for now. Trying to, he sits in that corner to avoid any nades at the very start of the round. He can reposition after that. And he will be in a lot of trouble. Locked in many ways in front of those flames.
You can see he really wants to go on this. Dupree has managed to catch Kenny S out again from this sort of angle. It's surprising.
All the pushes towards Banana will come in, and it will be Apex pushing that smoke, proving all the doubters wrong, including myself, in case of another one with the AK-47. 13 to 12, looking like it'll be tied up very soon, but Dupree doing what he can here. 2 kills for him so far. Zipex,
oh
can he
God.
get it? He can. The bomb is down. What is Apex up to? Why is he making that play? I couldn't tell you. And now they're trying to sneak for the smoke, as Shoxy will make it in. MBK covers that position. That's actually a really nice setup now. The fact he's managed to sneak towards these steps, they have no idea. And he's going towards second middle as well. He'll be greeted by Zipex. Whoever hits this shot wins the round. There it is. Clean stuff by Shoxy. 2 versus 1 Dupree. Sure, he's got 2 kills, but he only has 11 HP.
And MBK fully aware, ready and waiting. So those two will lock it down in the end. The bomb being left where it was, or, being contained where it was. And that setup was great.
They can't buy again, Lauren. This is going to be G2 taking the lead for the first time.
God.
Well, well, well. 11-4 half has spiraled out of control. They will take a partial buy here as the loss bonus racks up for them. And might just rush B here, but these rounds, never discount them. They can always work out. There's a flash towards B. And the smoke, that might go towards CT Spawn. I'm not sure.
I
don't think it does. It must be
the
the top.
Molotovs to
Yeah,
allow
just to
them
kind of stop them going in. That would be nice. If that goes all the way through, it looks like a run and jump, but there we go. It will be Apex to shut it down, and doesn't look like a bit too uncomfortable here.
No, they've quelled the threat. You can see G2 already closing the net. You've got Shocks around the back lines as well. Good flashes coming through. Doesn't want to feed, doesn't want to give up the gun for free, but I mean, by this point, you've got Astralis boxed in. Molotov does force him into an uncomfortable spot, but he does take down Zipnix and gets the bomb given to him at his feet. So by now, Astralis know that this one's... it's kind of done for.
Well, at this point, I would say that's fair. 4 versus 1, Glaive locked in. Gets 1. That's something. Kind of tilt Kenny S a bit. Get in his head. But 14-13 in touching distance of finding Mountain. I didn't think there was a chance after the first half. They were looking shambolic on the T side. And here we go. Kenny S starting to show some form. 18 kills now. Remember, he was hovering around the 6 or 7 in the first half. A pause will come in, rightly so. Probably see one every single round now. Overtime still very likely. It's going to be G2 14. Astralis on their tactical timeout with 13. Money back in their favor, but they haven't really been able to get into the bomb sites recently. And we'll see if they can find any success here. What's the play? Glaive has to dig deep here as we get into the final rounds of the season. Remember, NA comes up after this. 6 more maps of fun. And we'll have a whole new crew to bring you through that. Stunner hosting it. Jason casting. It's a beautiful thing. And we'll see if
You
they
don't
can...
say his name. It's still a little sore, you know?
Who?
Jason.
Look, Jason is a horrible person sometimes, and sometimes, and that's fine. I just have to live with that. I tried to change him, but overall, he's still.
You've tried. You actually put some time in, try to get him.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the green room, just sitting there trying to talk to him, but he's sometimes a bit rude, so you just have to deal with that. And he'll get into a final purchase of 4 AKs and CZ75 for Glaive, and they're pushing the apartments here. M4 in hand, body. I was about to say, but if anyone's on the chopping block for this team, I thought it would have been body. He was great when he first joined. He has dropped off in recent times. I'd have thought that would be the logical change for me, but there we go. It's not going to be the case as the default comes through. dupreeh can't get the better of Shoxy this time. The old talisman for G2 stepping up. 5 versus 4. And dupreeh does go there pretty much every single round. It's been his calling card since the beginning of his CSGO career. And Body does find one in the back as well. It's going to funnel them towards B. They've lost all map control now and wants to play here, looking for match points. G2 as Body sneaks in towards the underpass.
Oh, this is going to be a little naughty, isn't it? The bomb's down by the T stairs. So again, quite awkward for whoever has that being Device. I'm wondering how they play this out, because they've got Glaive in this spot, but you know that there's someone in between, right? You know that somewhere people have started to push. There's a wild Body who pushed out towards T-App. So, I mean, Glaive's so paranoid. He sees the open door. He doesn't know where he is. KennyS going to have to fall off this, though. Be careful, be cautious. His Body lurks below.
He doesn't have to do anything. He's in the sewers right now. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, underground, ready to pounce whenever he needs to. And there we go. There's the kill. Perfect Donatello style, Lauren, as you would say.
The Turtles pounce.
Yeah. They do. They kind of jump out of the sewers, don't they, with pizza and stuff, and say, cowabunga. That's basically what he's doing. That's the best analogy I can come
Oh, Lord above. I mean, it was a special one, but speaking of special, 15 rounds with G2. We watched the last map, first half of this, and I mean, it was pretty shambolic from G2. I think even they'll be more than willing to accept that sort of title towards it. But actually, Body's been a big rebound factor. This KennyS started to turn up a little bit. We've started to see some of the pieces, starting to work for them. But I mean, Astralis as well look pretty tilted by what G2 have been bringing to this matchup. But this is the final chance to really throw something into this one, Astralis. You've got to be able to turn up here, but G2 on the verge of a bit of an upset to a degree, considering where the roster is.
Absolutely. I think Astralis will be gutted with this defeat. This is their game, and they completely gave it up. Small bang attempts here from Body. No damage really inflicted, but Glaive's taking a lot now. He'll get the first kill, though. Takes down Apex. That's a key scout to take. He's been magnificent on that side of the map. MBK fights valiantly towards the top here, but flashed off. 4 versus 5. Astralis need 2 in a row to force overtime. They might just get it here. Body, the last line of defense, and he can't get it done. We are going to go to round number 30 here. As Shoxy and MBK will be left to try and see what's available to them. The Device should get a guaranteed frag here, maybe even the double. Not quite, but there we go. 15-14 as we go into the final round, potentially of the evening, or maybe the beginning
look
of
who's
the
walked
overtime.
in the studio.
It's Chad Birdshill, the curse of the studio, I believe. This one.
I mean, this is problematic, isn't it? If you hit that
It doesn't bode
scoreboard
well.
button, there's even a pause. It's all happening. Chad, we need you to leave. He's not listening. He's here for all the rounds.
The bonus rounds, I believe.
All the bonus rounds.
Yes, the extra ones right at the end of the evening.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, tactical time off for G2, absolutely. They've got this game in the palm of their hand. They just need to grab it right now. As you'll see, Astralis, they'll have weaponry. That was a round they had 2 UMPs and 3 AKs. So they'll have a full buy now. That was a clean round. Faster approach towards the A site. G2 might want to finish things up with the double orb setup. I think that's what they're probably discussing right now. Do we try and close it out there? Try and get a surprise orb towards second middle, get that first pick, shut down whatever they've got in mind. But time will tell. The 30 seconds comes to a close. And what have they brought to the proverbial table? It will be a single AWP just for Kenny here. And we'll see whether KennyS can really close this game out.
What is Alex going a very interesting shade of red here? But beyond that,
He's just excited for the game. He doesn't know who's going to win.
we're all loving it. dupreeh, will he fall to the same trap again? Looking at those stairs lovingly.
It's been one of the key areas of the map so far.
Yeah, like he's actually won the vast majority of the fights he's taken there.
But they tried to react. He's still finding the kills. He did get shut down by Shoxy previously, but is it enough this round? They have let him have full control here. Flashbang from the teammate, not going to be a problem. No one there to really shut that down. KennyS changes position this time towards quad. dupreeh, does he go any further than this? Holding towards the boiler right now. Bomb down in middle. Smoke's there to hold them at bay for now. KennyS knows he's got a bit of freedom there, but the flash is good, and so is the shot. He will be taking down dupreeh. 5 versus 4. Is this enough? KennyS seems to think so. So does Shoxy, but Magix might have something to say about it. Low HP, do not shoot your teammate. That could have been disastrous. MBK pits one of the final nails in the coffin here. 4-on-2. Zipex and Mages to do what they can in the final round. Number 30, 15-14 down. Has to be something magnificent here to keep them in the game.
We know that Xyp9x is more than capable of doing this, but time being bought, MBK putting them on notice. I'm not sure if he spotted Xyp9x. He's going to know now. Flash goes up, he falls away. He's not taking risks here. They're playing smart CS, which is something that certainly could be questionable throughout this matchup. Bomb to be planted. And we'll see if these two players from Astralis can actually hold this down. A little bit of a shot comes in. Zipnix gets himself towards Banana. It's actually going to be Body on the other side. Zipnix gets a bit of a glimpse, but he has to be careful. He has to be ready for this. Down on 25 HP here, as Magisk will be the anchor on the bomb side itself. Looking for chances, looking for opportunities. Zipnix is there. Magisk towards Apex. Henry, this is still on.
It absolutely is. I think Body can do this, though. I think he can pull this one off, Lauren. He seems confident. He comes in, and he takes him down. That is it. Beautiful stuff from Body. And you could see, never a doubt in his mind he was going to win that round. Killer Instinct came through, and he gets him over the finish line. 16-14, no overtime today, and G2 will be finding some success this evening.
Yeah, and it was hard fought for these guys. Certainly been put through their paces. We'll have to find out going forward if they can maybe, I don't know, pull something back together with the roster going forward. Who knows what sort of state they're in, but this bodes well for them in the future, at least, to keep themselves in this sort of, I guess, league at the moment, because they've been having a tough time.
They still have firepower. Astralis by no means looking their best in that second half, but they were the better team, I think, overall. But G2 just showing some great form with some individual prowess. Body actually saved the game, I think, with his T-side performance in that 4 versus 2 to get them in the game initially.
Absolutely.
Well, there we go, Alex.
Yeah, Body's T-side performance is exactly where we're going to be starting. Thank you so much. That's Pansy and Henry. They're going to go ahead and chillax, relax, and get themselves ready to watch the NA broadcast. That's what we do in most of our free time. Of course, watching the North American Pro League, which is coming up straight after this. So you don't want to move a single muscle, apart from perhaps your hands.
Go to the bathroom,
Are there muscles on your hands?
Go to the bathroom.
Are there muscles on your hands? Oh, and talking of North America, that's what's coming up. There you go. There's a little taste, a slice of the action to look forward to. You get to see the Renegades taking on Splice. And following that, you get to see Dignitas with their mishmash roster versus Team Liquid, who, of course, have been hanging out with their fancy new digs.
They're going to get hammered.
Hammered.
Absolutely destroyed.
Destructoid.
Yeah.
All right, well, this has been fun. We're going to quickly wrap up the day and, of course, talk a little bit about how that last one did shape up. We did just witness G2 find themselves 3 points. Now, we did, we talked all about this in the pre-match. We're just going to kind of rehash what this does mean for G2 is every win, every point is now going to be crucial if they want to be making it to those finals in Dallas.
Absolutely, and you know, I think it's definitely going to be better with Mixwell, simply because, you know, it's going to be a new player, a change is happening, everyone's feeling motivated again, everyone's going to put in the work, the atmosphere is going to be good within the team, so they just need to stay alive, basically, until that happens. I think we're going to see a much better G2 once he joins the squad.
Dude, that secondary AWP of Mixwell, I'm going to be pretty happy with that one. He's always been nagging about rifling. I think this is good.
Yeah, it's going to kind of make a bit more sense now. We won't have like the bit of blurred lines with Shocks and MBK, and then obviously, but hopefully they put it in Kenny's hands as much as humanly possible there. But I think Body to go from the first map having an abysmal performance to the second map having impact and then winning the game in a 2v1 scenario like that in a match that I can't believe Astralis squandered an 11-4 first half is just ridiculous.
It's outrageous, isn't it? Perhaps took their foot off the gas. I know it's hard to sometimes analyze, but was there evidence of Astralis just kind of decelerating when they got that lead?
I don't think so. I think G2 is just a brick wall on the CT side, right? We speak to the fact that on maps on the CT sides, if your individuals are going to step up and make the kills, they have to. It's like the phase, you know, the whole phase thing. There's just talented players across the board. G2 have the same thing. The only rounds that really Astralis were able to get in, there was the 2-on-3 or 2-on-4 afterplant scenario on the B bomb site with Device and Dupree. They were doing well, but it was like where rounds on the T side are only coming from clutch scenarios or those or number behind scenarios, it's not positive signs. It means that your strats aren't working.
No, absolutely. And talking about today, we can actually talk a little bit about what else you've witnessed today. We did, of course, just see G2 split their series, but what's more interesting is FaZe falling flat. We'll bring up today's results. We saw Mousesports versus FaZe to start off our day. And you can see a 16-10 followed by a 16-12. Nearly all the rounds, but FaZe unable to convert and get any points on the board today. North as well, meeting their maker in the form of Heroic with another 2-0, this time in favor, I'm not going to say of the Danes, fallen into that trap before, but Heroic, they took that one. And talking of the Danes, the first map, a breeze, the second not so much, as we wrapped up today with Astralis G2.
Almost all around.
Which one sticks out to you, Chetty?
I think Mousesports looking clinical in the, well, not clinical, those were relatively close games, but I think, you know, the firepower on both Mousesports and FaZe going head-to-head is always a very exciting matchup.
And same question for you, Yanko, coming up tomorrow. We're going to have a look exactly what we have in store for you. Yanko, ooh, G2 Mouse, again, that will be a rather deflating start for us to analyze. What do you reckon?
I think Mouse looks like team to beat at the moment. One of the teams that are in a great run of form, so let's see if they can continue with sweeping their opponent. And
let's see if our viewers can go ahead and check out MDL. Of course, that is the league underneath this one. That's where those teams that do qualify come from. You can find all the information you need at esea.net. MDL. That's where, of course, we witnessed a battle of Godsent and Big as they were thrust into the relegations, and we saw AGO of all and LDLC rising to the cream of the crop of MDL and find themselves now trying to battle for survival. Their race continues, and so will ours tomorrow. We'll see you then for ESL Pro League Week 3, Day 2. We'll see you then.